Oh, we're 32 seconds in. Welcome to the Beanstalk Cast, everybody. This is episode after the next.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't check, so.
It's like 20-something, or is it 20?
22?
Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
It's either 22 or something else.
I think 22 because we kind of just skipped out on the podcast last week. I
Yeah.
remember. We kind of went straight into the... Man, that Tokyo Mirage Sessions, again, man.
I just noticed something, Chris. The headphones you're wearing, they're not actual headphones. They're just plushie.
Yeah.
And every time you've come in here with them on, when we do this thing,
Yeah.
I always thought they were actual headphones, but I just realized, looking at the tag, it's not an actual headphone. Okay. Anyway, carry on. This is how observant I am. Not very at all.
I've been wearing these for weeks.
Yeah, and I just realized, based on the tag.
So, Beanstalk 22. I don't suppose there's too much to speak about in the news. If there's anything I want to bring up, I'll bring it up in a bit. I want to talk about something that came out recently. Yes, it's been out for a few weeks, but it's very important, and I can't confirm if this is a clean episode or not, because talking about this specific series makes Kevin very angry.
Yeah, no, I say things.
Okay, which series are we talking about?
I'm talking about...
I say bad things from a bad place.
I'm talking about a game that Ismat's going to be playing later, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, is it that week?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to be playing Kingdom Hearts on stream later, and recently Melody of Memory, the rhythm game, we talked about it when it was in the Direct like weeks ago. It came out, and they got...
How is it Melody of Memory came out no problem, but Cyberpunk, the one game that people all want, it's like, no...
Well,
and then
It's coming, supposedly. 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks? I think 2 weeks.
We'll see. We'll see if it's 2 weeks. We'll see if it becomes...
You know what's crazy? You're going to get a PlayStation 5 before you get a Cyberpunk game.
I would hope not.
That's my bet.
I would hope not,
that PS5s and Xboxes are going to become commonplace before Cyberpunk is actually released.
So you know what? I'm picking it up on PC anyway. Although I think on Amazon the Cyberpunk is $10 cheaper. So
yeah,
on the
believe
PlayStation
so.
5.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean not 5, 4. Sorry. Yeah. So I mean, if you guys want to pick that up, go for it. I don't know if it's still the same price or not, but yeah.
I don't know. They said they delayed it to optimize for the next gen, so I don't imagine the previous gen's going to be pretty good.
Oh well, we'll find out in 2 weeks.
What do I know?
Or maybe 3 years, 4, whatever.
Why has Keanu Reeves come out and apologized? Because he's the one that sold this game. When he came out just slinging his penis up on all the crowd in that Sony Direct, yo.
Keanu Reeves is a national treasure.
He is.
Right next to Nicolas Cage.
I wouldn't say that about Nicolas Cage.
No, that was a cool tie-in joke that you just did there. I like that.
Yes, it was.
Nicolas Cage, if you're the one listening from your pyramid, we love you.
I do love your movie Wind Talkers, just for the record.
I love National Treasure.
That's also a good one.
Not that second one, though. You can get that garbage out of my face. That first one, though. Cool.
So, Kingdom Hearts, Melody of Memory, it's a rhythm game. It's basically go through the songs of all the games up to Kingdom Hearts 3, and then they had to go and throw in story elements.
So they basically turned Kingdom Hearts into a rhythm game, is what I'm getting from this.
I don't know if I would explain it like that, but Kingdom Hearts has a rhythm game now.
And what I mean is, it's part of the main story. It's canon.
It happened.
It happened, okay.
We can't sweep this one under the rug, unfortunately. Coded we can, though, apparently, which is nice.
So that means, so where would this take place in the Kingdom Hearts universe?
Before the next game, whatever it is, titled, numbered, whatever it's going to be.
Okay, so you have to play 1, 2, and I guess 3, right? There's 3 of them?
Mm-hmm.
So then,
No, I believe you play 1, and then 5 handheld versions, and then 2, and then a couple more handhelds. I hear there's a mobile game also, but we don't talk about that.
Okay.
And then 3. Yeah,
and
no,
then 3, and then if I want to play 4, which let's assume a
which
4
is Melody
comes
of
out.
Memory, technically.
Okay, so there would be that one, and then the one after. So I would have to play this.
Actually, no.
Game.
Wouldn't the fourth one be like 352 over 8 days or whatever? Technically,
The fourth game to come out, yeah.
So I'd have to play this rhythm game in order to understand the next game, most likely.
You just need to be able to see.
no. Just get the version of the game that comes with all previous iterations.
but
Including the rhythm game.
that collection already exists, and it doesn't have the rhythm game. So
Oh well, rip.
Why don't they have a? I hope. I don't know. They should just include like a 2-hour cutscene in the beginning of the next game that just explains everything thoroughly.
Just do a whole like a prelude or prologue of just the entire rhythm game.
Yeah, sum up all the games in like 2 or 3 sentences or less.
Riku is a dick. That's game 1.
yes. Then Chain of Memories. You forgot everything. Kingdom
I haven't
Hearts
played
2.
the rest, so you know.
Roxas and
Sora
then
is not the cool version of Sora. There's a much better one just out there.
358 over 2 days.
He's really cool. Actually, he's just like Sora. Actually, weird.
Birth by Sleep.
There's an even better version of Sora that we never knew was there all along.
Sleep by birth?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
Coded.
Japan doesn't like America.
Is that really the story?
What the hell? Dream Drop Distance.
Uh,
I guess there's a dream dropped in the distance. I don't know. I've never
Nobody-
played
couldn't
it.
afford to make this a console game.
And then Kingdom Hearts 3.
The
Actually,
3.
I like 3.
Yeah.
That's how I describe that one. I like it.
The only one I played is the first one, so
Yeah.
that's it. I'm still playing it.
I'm glad.
I'm in the process.
We're gonna have you play 1, 2, and 3 and no other context. And I hope you enjoy
Oh, man. I feel like that's not fair a little bit.
Okay, well,
But
you know,
it'll be
we'll
funny.
we'll figure it out eventually.
Although, don't get me wrong, I'm super for this idea, but I'm just voicing to be fair to both parties. If you're gonna be like, what does this mean? And you're gonna turn to us and we're just gonna smile and then not say nothing, and then you're just gonna be
Okay, we'll figure it out when we get there.
Man, oh, Kingdom Hearts.
So, Melody of Memory, in the cutscenes, in the story mode of the game, the story is the story of the game. Do you know about what happened in the Remind DLC, Kevin?
Yeah, I believe this was discussed on the Friday stream of Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, so
This I missed.
it shouldn't be a particularly big spoiler to say at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, they beat the bad guy as Mott.
Okay. I mean, that's every game.
And then in Remind, Kairi gets to beat the bad guy. And
Oh.
then Sora goes away.
Which means the ending of the other one is invalidated, because you're like, oh, we beat him, and it's like, no, you didn't.
Oh,
Again.
rip.
What matters is that Sora gets lost at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Remind DLC. The reason he gets lost is because he breaks a natural law. I definitely don't want to spoil it for Ismont, but
He's not going to remember by the time he gets to this point.
he was supposed to have lost, and also all of his friends were supposed to have died. He broke a natural law by going back in time and changing that.
Oh, so they retcon everything essentially.
Essentially, he got to go
Okay.
and change everything by himself.
Basically, they just marveled it. The ending.
Yeah. Let's go back in time.
When you say it like that, it makes me not like those movies. Because you're not wrong, but it just totally throws a different light on how you look at something. And you're like, oh.
Well, I mean, that's time travel in general. It's just retconning the entire story by putting it in the story.
So, after Sora is missing, Kairi goes to sleep for like a year because she wants to be able to find him, and she thinks that she'll remember how to find him. It's not explained well, and it is as stupid as it sounds, even if
Okay.
I'm not explaining it well.
So,
You know what?
so he's stuck in that little Ant-Man
You know what
universe?
this reminds me of? Okay, so for those of you who have seen this movie, you know what I mean. Terminator Dark Fate. Now let's talk about it. Princess Yashahime, Princess Half Demon. What do these all have in common?
I don't know because I haven't seen that Terminator movie.
Mhm.
I've only seen the first one with Arnold. You know.
Well, that's a good one.
And I think the first three maybe I've seen.
Hmm.
Anyone with Arnold in it, I've seen those.
Except Dark Fate when he's in it.
Oh, is that the newest one where like he's like he has like his cameo?
No, he is actually the crux of the second half of the movie.
Oh well, rip. I missed this one. Well, this is after his governorship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, then this one I've definitely missed.
They're bad. That spoiler. That's what they all have in common. They're just piles of steaming garbage, and no one should waste their time.
Poor Arnold.
Yeah, no. In this one, instead of CGIing a young Arnold, they just got a look-alike, which doesn't look enough like him, and you're like, oh.
Oh. Like how do you gotta look like Arnold? No, just give me Arnold.
No, honestly, that set the tone of the whole movie. You go in and you're like, oh man, yeah, this is a Terminator movie. They're gonna have the big budget, and when you see, they super do not. You're like,
Oh man.
actually, I think all the money went into the antagonist of the.
Who's that?
It's the bad Terminator, the bad man.
Oh, the bad robot.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Usually it's a robot. I'm not too sure.
Also, side note without spoiling, Christopher, remember when we would watch Naruto? And then we would talk about the lore, and then they would change the lore, and then it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
And it was bad, and then it just made other things retroactively dumb.
Yes. Is that how Dark Fate is?
Yes.
Oh.
They just retcon everything.
Actually,
with time
Dark Fate, think of it like Boruto.
Oh no.
Like they're going through the same motions, but...
Didn't they also retcon that through time travel? Your Boruto?
Oh, they retcon things without time travel. Don't worry about that.
No, and then when they did, except the one person, how did Sasuke erase everyone's memories except this one guy he forgot about?
Well,
you remember that crap?
Yes.
This show is too long, which is why I haven't watched any Naruto. I watched the first 20 episodes, and I felt the story was going at a snail pace, and I was like, oh, well, you know.
You know, it's funny because it kind of skyrockets after those first 20 episodes, which is an interesting point for you to stop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. Yeah, it eventually gets back to going at a snail's pace.
No, because like every time when I would watch it, right, I was like, all right, cool, and the battle would take like a couple episodes, you know, and then they just talk about this one thing for like a good 20 minutes, and you're just like, all right, well, you know, on to the next episode, I guess, and then by the time they've walked 3 feet, it's 20 episodes later.
Man, it sounds like you're describing Dragon Ball, not Naruto. But...
You know, I've had that feeling too about that movie. That, you know.
No, I'm sorry. I misspoke because Dragon Ball, it would be two characters staring at each other. One of them says there's 5 minutes left, but then 8 more episodes come out in that span of time.
That's at what, 160 minutes?
And then after those episodes, he's still like, there's 5 minutes left.
You get to the end of the fight, and he's like, 27 seconds have passed. You're like, what? Oh, Dragon Ball. Oh. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, Melody of Memory. Sorry, guys.
So
Reel it back in.
So yeah, I said Kairi went to sleep believing that she could find the key to being able to figure out where Sora is in her memories, in her dreams. And
what makes her draw this conclusion? It seems like a part of the story is missing already.
You're right. I mean, it's not explained why she does it.
Oh,
even
okay.
Even in the Remind DLC, they're like, Kairi thinks that she can figure out where Sora is in her memory, so she went to sleep.
So wait, is this like a reverse Kingdom Hearts 1?
I wouldn't say that.
I think this would be a reverse Chain of Memories.
Because the only reason I said reverse Kingdom Hearts because the whole point is you're trying to find Kairi, right?
Have they ever explained where the hell Kairi was?
What do you mean?
Because this is fresh in your mind. 'Cause you're playing it, but we're looking for Kairi in that whole first game.
You find her a couple times, but then
they find
vanishes.
her, but no one ever says, "Hey." Kairi herself never says, "Oh yeah, I was blank. I was here."
The entire time.
Kevin, didn't you? You got to the Reaper at Peter Pan, so you've gotten through the story, right?
Yeah.
You don't what?
I only did that once, and then I vowed to never play that game again. I was so angry.
You wouldn't. So were you paying attention during after the Riku fight?
Probably not.
Was this? Did I do this yet?
Are you talking
No,
about
you haven't
when?
gone to it yet.
Are you
Okay,
talking about
then.
when Sora does the dumb thing, and which leads into the cool thing, but then it kind of leads into the... I don't know, I feel like the story kind of started falling apart for me at that point. Cool stuff, for sure, but then there are some aspects... I don't know, it's really hard to talk around this.
My takeaway was I hate Riku, but you know.
And you have so much more to go.
Just for the record, I really don't like Riku. I think he's a bit of a...
Yes.
Yeah, put the Bulbasaur down right there for me, Chris.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Put it twice.
If you're gonna be good about it.
And thrice, you know.
But I mean, if it's in there and I wasn't paying attention, then I guess that's on me. I wanted to be on my soapbox and complain about all the bad things about it.
So, Melody of Memory, it's the reason it's a rhythm game, and like Kyrie's like retelling Sora's journey, and like that's how it is. Like that's how you're going through the games. Like Kyrie's just like Sora did this in Kingdom Hearts 1, and then in Chain of Memories he did this, and then Roxas was in Kingdom Hearts 2, and like that progression. So, but at some point you get to the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, and this is where the new story comes in. At this point, Kyrie in her dreams ends up at the final world where Sora was after we had believed everyone was dead.
So this is the end of the previous title, I'm assuming, right?
This is the end of... This is like halfway through 3.
Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
He says that, that's 8 or 9 games in between where you are. Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So when you say 3, I'm just like 8 games behind.
The third console game.
Okay. The only ones that matter, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Damn, Kingdom Hearts. I just got it. Man. Okay, wait, sorry.
So Kyrie ends up there and she encounters Xehanort of all men.
Again.
Yeah, he just shows up and he says some things and he's aware that he's just a memory, Kyrie's memory of him, because she never cared, you know? He's a jerk. He's the evil guy. He's the villain of the antagonist of the entire series.
He's a memory, but he's self-aware that he's a memory?
Who's the memory?
Xehanort. You haven't encountered him yet.
Is he just Riku, but just reskinned?
No.
If anything, Riku is a reskin of this guy.
Oh, okay. So they're one and the same person, so they're both dicks. Alrighty, cool.
Yep.
Well, there's Xehanort, there's Terranort, there's Riku-Nort. Or there's Rikumus.
There's Replica Riku. There's Dark Replica Riku. And then there's Young Xehanort. And then there's Ansem and Xemnas.
Alright, if it's basically Riku reskin, then you know.
No, if you think one is confusing, it really spiraled out of control after that.
There's like
okay.
There's 13. So
okay. Anyway,
Xehanort shows up in her memory as bad. He's like,
I'm a memory. I'm bad.
I'm
this is
evil.
what gets us to the rhythm.
I'm not real, so I can get away with some shady stuff.
the rhythm game boss fight.
Okay.
Because Kyrie, good lord, she's never able to do anything by herself, is she? Sora, from wherever he is, astral projects himself into her dreams.
So wait, Sora's dead?
Apparently not.
That's apparently what I'm getting out of this. If he astral projects himself,
dead people could astral project.
Well, I mean, that means just a ghost, I would guess, right?
No, astral projection gives us the implication that there's another person sending that projection.
It's just Kyrie sending the projection of Sora. Maybe?
You know what's dumb is Sora projected himself into her memories, so that means this is a bunch of nonsensical. It didn't actually happen.
And then he fights Xehanort for her.
In other words,
in her own game.
Yeah.
In other words, she uses her summon, which is Sora.
Well, when you summon, you still fight. Kyrie doesn't fight.
No, she lets her summon do the work.
No, yeah, when she's summoned, she's the party member that goes away, and then you control the summon, and that's how it goes.
It's like the what's Final Fantasy X, where you summon the big bird dragon thing.
Hey, yo, question: has there ever been a local cooperative multiplayer Kingdom Hearts game?
No. I mean,
all right, let's make that then.
Yeah, I just feel that
then.
there are way too many characters now. That I feel like I don't know.
It's a golden opportunity, Square, if you're listening.
It's a golden opportunity.
You're the big body. Just like Atlas, they don't enjoy making all this money, and then like Toriyama in the Frieza saga, people in trucks just dump it in your front lawn, and you're like, oh, well, maybe we should.
Yeah. So after Sora fights Xehanort in Kairi's memory,
By himself?
Yeah.
Oh. Why didn't Goofy and Donald astral project themselves?
Because I don't
They're
know.
dead. It's Disney. They've died a long time ago.
They screwed off.
No, remember Sora apparently time traveled to save him.
That was a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
That's why he had to go bye-bye. He broke the rules.
Oh, well. Alrighty, whatever.
So Sora wins. Xehanort. The memory of Xehanort is like, well, maybe...
Does Kairi remember Xehanort being strong?
Yes.
I feel like Kairi kind of set Sora up for failure a little bit. But I mean, Sora is the GOAT. But...
Yeah. She fought Xehanort with Sora. That's what happens in Remind.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really cool, except Kairi is weak as heck, and I was level 100 Ultima Weapon Sora. Mm-hmm. So when given the option to play as the weak, stupid bitch, or myself, the most powerful being in existence, not a hard choice.
Such harsh words for the poor lady.
You don't understand.
Now, so for those of us who didn't want to waste the money, how many characters did you actually get to play as in the Remind DLC?
Roxas, Kairi,
2,
Aqua,
3.
I mean, you could.
I thought
play...
I saw Ventus. Why was Ventus not on the...
Yeah, you know what? Yes, you could choose between Aqua and Ventus, which is a stupid choice because you get to choose Aqua in a different situation. So why wouldn't you take your only chance to play as Ventus?
So I noticed you didn't mention Terra at all. Just regular old Terra.
No.
Where is Terra, Christopher?
That's the Earth, Kevin. I don't know who we're talking about.
You don't understand.
I'm talking about the Riku reskin.
Oh,
Riku is actually the reskin. Actually, man, this time travel's weird.
This is why we don't do time travel, except if
Terra is the one that set the Riku's archetype.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm just gonna be better than you. Second one.
Yeah.
Like you think you named the boat the SS Anne, not on my watch, and you're like, oh.
You're opening up all wounds, Kevin. It was supposed to be the SS Anne, and Riku wouldn't let me, and that's where my hatred for Riku.
No, it was because
began.
he beat you like 6-12 or some crazy.
It was
something.
6-1. All right, get it right.
My ratio was better, but
So
it technically was, yeah.
So then Kairi wakes up, and Xehanort was like, there are worlds worlds outside of the worlds that we know in a different plane of existence. And then Kairi wakes up, and then Riku comes in, and then fairy godmother comes in.
Scary. Okay.
If only. Fairy godmother comes in. Yeah.
They still haven't made a world for me. And then it's like, oh, geez.
Like, scary godmother, you're not Disney.
Do they have a Shrek world? That's my question.
No, okay, that's actually a good question because I was going to wonder if another plane of existence means other franchises of stuff. Oh, man, could you imagine freaking they go to look for Sora and then they go to the swamp and then Shrek's like, oh, just get off my lawn. Like, oh, no, we're looking for our buddy.
And then you see Eddie Murphy just flying.
Eddie Murphy isn't even just CGI'd as the donkey, he's just Eddie Murphy. I would love that. Does the voice and everything, all the cracks, and they just do the thing like they did in Lord of the Rings.
Eddie Murphy is also a national treasure. Just want to say that.
Eddie Murphy, if you're the one that listens, you are the national treasure.
He
Keep
really
it up.
is.
Yeah.
I love him, man.
A fairy godmother comes in and says, you two have 2 of the 3 keys necessary to find Sora. Because Riku, in the secret movie that you get if you meet certain conditions in Kingdom Hearts 3, Riku has a dream where he's in Shibuya. Wait.
Oh my god, is Sora in the real world?
No.
He just enters Persona.
Oh my god.
Just a Kingdom Hearts game, but in Persona.
Oh man, could you imagine? Oh man. That game would sell.
Sora... Riku has a dream that Sora's in Shibuya. Do Do you remember the video game character from the Toy Story world, Yozora, who was in a video game that Rex liked? Well, he's real, and Sora meets him. Sora fights him. You fight Yozora at the end of the Remind DLC as a super secret final episode.
Rex? Who's Rex?
From Toy Story.
The green little toy. Yeah.
The green T-Rex. He was playing a video game.
Yeah.
And the video game character he was playing, as or against, I guess?
As,
okay.
In that video game.
The enemy in...
He's real.
In Shibuya.
You can't see my face right now, but... my brain is hurting.
Yeah. We're seeing the wheels turning and they can't keep up. It's just cool.
No, they really cannot.
So, I don't get it. According to the fairy godmother, that's
that
a
was the
dream.
point. Okay.
Like, that's the super secret final boss battle in Kingdom Hearts 3 with the Remind DLC.
That's the last boss battle? Is the T-Rex's...
No!
Like...
you mean you fight Wreck-It Ralph and then... Like, oh man, that's cool.
No, you fight Yozora. And he's a punk. I fought him once and I was like, I'm not doing this ever again. I lost. I could get into that later. Okay. According to Fairy Godmother, Riku dreamed that. And then...
Well, of course Riku dreamed some bullshit.
So it's non-canon, thank God. They said it.
Not true. Kairi found out that Sora must be in a different plane of existence from theirs. And Riku had that dream of where Sora is. All they need is a way to get there. And so Fairy Godmother takes them to a spirit. There was a spirit in the final world that Sora met that was like, I don't know if I exist. I'm being tied to this world because somebody remembers me. And supposedly the person who remembers her is Yozora. So he's real. It's not... We still don't understand why Riku's dream, if Riku's dream is real. Believe me, all of this is stupid. None of it makes sense. But it ends with Riku opens up a portal using that girl's spirit to the world wherever Sora is. The fake version of Shibuya. Of a version...
So is this like the... What's it called? FE? Where they have that weird portal thing and then they end up in...
Wait a minute, if they knew Sora disappeared because he did the time travel breaking rules, then wouldn't that just mean, if we break that rule, we'd also be sent to where he is?
No, because then they wouldn't know how to get back.
Already.
So they're in the same boat they are in now, but they have a bigger lead on where Sora is.
Well, Riku went to the world, and Kairi was like, I'm going to go with you, and then Riku was like, no, you're not allowed to do anything in this series. Tetsuya Nomura doesn't like you. And then she was like, yeah, you're right.
So wait, Riku comes to save Sora?
Yeah.
Can we just get rid of him? Can he just die in the process?
You've missed a lot, Isma. You don't understand how Riku became 6 times stronger than Sora, according to your record.
No comment.
I mean, Isma, to be fair, Riku is kind of a punk. But why is he way stronger than Sora? Is it because he's an actual Keyblade master and then Sora was like an afterthought?
That's like a connecting idea. That's a theory people believe. Probably Sora is never meant to be a master. Riku was always meant to be a master. That's how he becomes...
Then he goes...
Or is it because Sora is technically only a piece?
True, there's that too.
But then Riku goes and joins Maleficent, which makes him weaker.
Yeah, no, he believes this scary old dragon lady, and she's like, no, don't believe in your friends, trust in me. And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sora also forgets.
He just wanted to get some yeah.
Sora always.
I mean, he's only like 13 at this point, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, he just likes that old lady.
I mean, Sora always starts from 0 for whatever reason in each game. In 2, it's because he had been in cryostasis for a year. In 3, it was literally because in Dream Drop Distance,
That's because you're the player, right? You're Sora, so therefore you have to be put at a disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the few things I didn't like about 3. All they did was talk about how crap he was after Dream Drop Distance. And I'm like, yeah, Sora. I'm like, and then, wait, what? And then...
You're him.
No, That's a video game thing, you know. Don't start the character at level 100. Then there's nothing for them to do. But in the story,
That'd be funny though. Like you start a sequel and it's just you at basically the end game already. That'd be pretty awesome. I'll play that game.
I think that's why Riku beat you, because he started the game at the end game, and you're like, man.
I'm gonna strangle that kid.
Also, I thought, remember when the conjecture was that Kyrie was gonna die in 3?
I can't tell you.
Oh.
You guys.
Oh, okay.
No, this was in that nebulous era when we were still stuck with just only handheld games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of was hoping that they'd kill Kyrie off because she's the most useless anything. But I guess maybe Melody of Memory got greenlit before Kingdom Hearts 3 was released.
Do you really want? Should I just tell you?
Yes.
Kyrie does die. That's why it's Sora. That's the natural law Sora broke. He brought Kyrie back to life.
But he already did that in
what?
another game.
But that was different.
Let's get into too spoilery of things because we'll have to get there eventually.
No, again, yeah, I know. By the time you'll get there, you have already forgotten because you're like, what? That's nonsense.
It is nonsense. It's dumb.
Okie dokie.
What matters is that something that people noticed in the secret movie, the version of Shibuya that you see, there's the famous tower in Shibuya. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but at like every Japanese game that has Shibuya, they put like fake 3 numbers on there. Mm-hmm. I think the real one is called the Shibuya 10708 or something. Mm-hmm. In Kingdom Hearts, the Shibuya that Sora was at, you can see that building. It says Shibuya 407. That's the same kind of building that they have in the game The World Ends With You, which was a DS RPG.
Which, by the way, it came out on PC. They ported it to PC recently, which I eventually will get, but I haven't gotten yet.
They're also making an anime for The World Ends With You, and then people on Twitter are stupid, and they were like, this is literally just Persona 5. And then people had to come in and be like, this game came out in 2007 for the DS. Persona 5 was 2015.
Yeah, 8 years later.
No, I love the idea. No, that's basically this, and it's like, no, you fool. This came out first, so Persona 5 is this, and you're like, oh no. Well, if you're dizzy, it's because the tables have turned.
It's like when Pokemon came out, and they said that was when Digimon. They go like, oh, that's like Pokemon, but Digimon came out before Pokemon, but
yeah.
And no, the real shame is that Digimon is kind of collapsing under its own weight right now. Well, whereas Pokemon is the biggest sellout, and it will just churn out the same garbage year after year.
Yeah.
So the Digimon show is terrible, but I mean, like after season 4, because I like the first 4 seasons.
No, did you see Digimon Adventure Try, where it became like an actual anime and it had all the bad archetypes?
I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't seen the Try yet, but I think I've seen part of Try because I think they made more episodes, right?
They always just do 3-episode arcs, and then we're waiting for whatever the next 3-episode arc is.
So I saw whatever the first arc was, whatever the very very first few episodes were. But yeah, but the games for Digimon are excellent. Mm-hmm. The Digimon games are great. The Digimon show, not so much, because they had like Data Squad and they had some other fusion or whatever, and those were terrible.
They're running out of ideas.
Yeah, but
I still advocate the one where they became the Digimon as the raddest shit ever. Sorry, Bulbasaur, but yeah, Bulbasaur knows what I mean.
For the Pokemon show was always pretty solid, right?
No,
up until recent. How many years has it been now, Chris? Since like the Hoenn bits.
How dare you? Sun and Moon is actually good.
No, it's not. You're lying.
Yeah, it is.
Chris, when I see the man pull out a Pokédex just to look at a Dragonite or a Charizard, which he has seen before,
I'm pretty sure he owns one of those.
Yeah. that really pissed me off.
He does that in Journeys.
That really,
Sun and Moon.
That really pissed me off. He pulled out.
No, I think the moment
Pokédex.
he's gonna run into a wild Pikachu. He's gonna be like, "Ooh, what's that?" And then it's gonna pan down slowly to Pikachu just giving him the middle finger. That's the day I'm waiting for.
But yeah, we're getting there because I don't know why he had to pull out his Pokédex to see a Pokemon that he's seen before. But yeah, so yeah.
Also,
That
if
annoyed me.
before they get rid of Ash forever, I would like to see Ash win the Pokemon League at least once.
God, am I gonna have to spoil everything for you guys?
Sure, because we're not going to watch it.
In Sun and Moon, Ash does win the Alola League.
No, but see,
No,
that
no.
doesn't count because the Alola League is like, oh,
That's
take
not-
pictures of Pokemon and then you win.
No, in the actual league, it was a tournament, the way it always has been.
So wait, so does that deny the Ashes in his dream thing?
That was always stupid, and yes,
Oh well, rip. I mean, he's still 10 forever, so you know, whatever.
not only did Ash,
That would have
Even
been fair.
Dora grew up. Come on, Ash Ketchum, Jesus.
To be real though, the best thing that came out of Pokemon was Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, they
Like,
must know the first live-action Pokemon movie, and it wasn't with the poster boy. So actually, I guess it was
It
technically.
was solid. That was a solid movie with Ryan Reynolds. Oh, dude, I love that man.
Yeah, but I heard the kid wasn't too good, or he was meh at best, which is like,
Well, I mean-
womp womp.
Ryan Reynolds carried the show, so you know it's all cool.
How would you feel if at the end of Deadpool 2, when he's going back to all his iterations, that Deadpool showed up in the freaking Detective Pikachu movie?
That'd be pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty
In
great.
his testicle skin face, and he's just wearing a Pikachu shirt. And he's just like, man, this was a good idea, he says.
It wasn't just a good idea; it was a great idea.
I need to show you guys.
Also,
Because-
it's my favorite when anytime Ryan Reynolds brings up Green Lantern, because he just sandbags it so hard, and we're like, yes.
Shows himself in Wolverine Origins.
No, it's just stuff like, he's like, if I'm going to be a superhero, please God, don't make my costume green. It's like, oh, yeah. And then there are various times he will utterly destroy a Green Lantern action figure.
Dude, Ryan Reynolds is also a national treasure.
Ryan Reynolds, if you're listening with Eddie Murphy and, what's your face, Nicolas Cage from The Pyramid, we love you guys.
And Keanu Reeves, of course. You too.
So,
Keanu Reeves, if you're in The Pyramid and that's why Cyberpunk hasn't come out, that's okay.
so we were talking earlier with Greg about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield possibly coming into the Spider-Man verse for the MCU
yeah.
movies,
Mm-hmm.
and I did bring it up a few weeks ago about how on the cast listing for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, there's Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. As you guys can see, they're in the casting. Recently, somebody else was added.
Oh, the Loki.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, Ryan Reynolds. Oh, I was like,
Why was I also looking at Loki like, oh my god, it's Loki?
I read underneath the actor's
No, actually,
name
my
Loki.
first thought was like, Loki, you let yourself go. Oh, Ryan Reynolds is there.
Oh, I do love the Ryan Reynolds. He's great.
No, that gives me hope, actually.
Oh, this could be good. Okay.
All right, now
this is a
continuity
Spider-Man
thing.
movie, right?
Actually, yeah, there were some rumors that are floating around currently that Doctor Strange and Spider-Man are going to be the new pairing now that Iron Man is cold and dead in the ground.
Rip Tony Stark.
I feel,
I love you, Robert Downey. Why'd you have to go so soon?
Robert Downey was so sick and tired of those movies, they could not get him out fast enough.
That's probably one of my favorite Marvel films, though.
No,
The
he's
first
like,
Iron
I
Man.
could be other people. They're like, no, be the stuck-up a-hole that you always been. And he's like, oh. Which is the thing people don't talk about. If you do a bunch of movies as one character for so long, you get hired to be that character and not...
Yeah.
Like,
But I do like him in, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
That was great, too.
I think, yeah, it sucks. I think he also felt like he felt like he wasn't paid enough for a multi-billion-dollar franchise to give him as much as they did. They gave him a lot, but he probably felt like,
To be
what the
fair,
heck?
he was the one that built the franchise.
Yeah,
He really did build it up, so...
he made it. He's the reason it existed. So,
Because, I mean, he did
no, but
the first
Blade.
Iron Man. No.
what about Blade?
Blade started the MCU cinematic universe.
Who the heck is this?
I'm glad you asked. Blade, starring... I forget his name. He didn't pay his taxes, so he had to go away for a while. Wesley Snipes.
Wesley.
Oh. I think this is a movie I missed, so...
Blade is a vampire hunter. He is also a Marvel character, and he
Okay.
refused to open his eyes in a scene, so they CGI'd open eyes on him, and it looks not good.
Did they really do that?
Yeah, they're like, Wesley, open your eyes. He's like, no, I refuse. And then because they shake and they jitter. It was in a time when CG was like was the new kid on the street, yo.
That's funny.
Like they open and they're not his eyes, and you're like, oh.
The actor refuses to do something. I'm like, we'll make you do it. Just tape it open.
No, back then too. So they're like, okay, we're gonna drop quite a bit of cash just to shoot this 30-second scene where you won't open your eyes for some reason. Drawing Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes, if you're the one listening, I kid. But come on, man, that was ridiculous.
Just open your eyes, dude.
Well, Blade was a hit, but then they made 2 more movies, and that's where...
I heard that third one, it was really the clincher.
Yeah. That's why superhero movies had to go away until Spider-Man.
I'm
sure it was
which
that.
Spider-Man was this? The
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Oh, so the ones that I like.
There was a few, yeah. I'm pretty sure Blade Trilogy and Steel killed off superhero movies for a good decade.
Yeah,
also, it's weird. I want to say the heroes that really lit the spark, the real super movie that really like put it in people's heads, I want to say is X-Men, the first one.
That came after Spider-Man.
No, it didn't.
I want to say Spider-Man came out in 2002, the first one.
Yeah, but X-Men 1 was like 1999.
Are you sure?
2000. Yeah.
We'll look at this up. Let's see. So
because
X-Men...
back then we had 60s Captain America and...
Okay, well, X-Men 2
that
was
fantastic...
2003. X-Men 1 was 2000.
Oh. Okay, and now let's look at Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I want to say Spider-Man was late 2000, early 2001.
Well, Spider-Man 2 was 2004.
Spider-Man 1 was 2002. So yeah, came after X-Men.
Well, there you go.
Now, if I want to be more specific, Hugh Jackman is the reason the MCU exists.
Oh.
To be fair, though, I do like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He does a good job. And then they brought Peter Dinklage for that last one, I think. Which movie was that?
Oh my God, Peter Dinklage was the evil man in the chair where he couldn't reach the ground.
I do love Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, so...
Yeah, Peter Dinklage is great.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Days of Future Past,
mm-hmm.
and then they made Apocalypse, and that...
Which is a pile of steaming garbage.
Yeah, that tanked. And then they were like, one more ride, Dark Phoenix, and that was even worse.
You know what's worse is because it was nothing. You watch it and you're like, I'm getting nothing from this.
How many times does Cyclops die, by the way, in the X-Men series?
Well,
Do you want to know why that is, Ismail? Because James Marsden found out how many people hated the character of Cyclops. He's like, no, I'm not going to do this crap anymore. So that's why they killed him off in the third movie. He's like, I will show him. I'm going to be in the box office smash Superman Returns.
Because they also kill him off in Origins, too. In Wolverine. The Wolverine film.
What?
No, they don't.
I thought they did.
I think you're going to have to go back and watch that movie again and be like, oh boy, was I wrong. But
okay, maybe I'm mistaken.
Because Cyclops is just a wee little baby in the Origins.
I guess maybe they killed him off as a baby.
No. And then that's where they had Patrick Stewart as still old Professor X, but he could walk. And it's like, oh.
Maybe I'm mixing stuff up.
Since when can Professor X fly a
All
helicopter?
I remember was Cyclops dying. And I was like, oh, I didn't know this guy died.
Well, yeah, that was 3.
Okay, maybe.
So yeah, he quit X-Men, and then they killed him off so he could be in the Superman Returns movie, which tanked at the box office, which I think is the funniest shit.
I love that.
All I know is that I saw part of Man of Steel, and it had Russell Crowe, and I was really happy, and then Russell Crowe died, and I was all really sad.
And then Russell Crowe continued to be in the entire movie, still.
Oh, he was? Like I said, I only saw part of the movie. I didn't see it all.
Yeah.
I only saw up until Russell Crowe died, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
You mean that...
That's literally the beginning of the film.
I mean, funny situation.
Man, and then Kevin Costner told Superman to let the kids die. The movie's dark, man.
Dude, I love Russell Crowe. He's another national treasure. We have a nice little treasure chest full of them.
No, I think it's the pyramid.
Oh, the pyramid. Okay, we have a nice pyramid full of them.
Yeah, we're starting to fill it up with our national treasures.
I do love the Gladiator film.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
So what the heck was I going to say?
Didn't you have something else on our agenda today, Chris? I do recall.
I wanted to talk about the Grammys, But now that I think about it, I was only just going to be upset about it. So
Yeah, okay, now let's be upset about it.
let's be upset about
piqued
this.
my interest. Wait, come on, let it
the
rip.
Grammy nominations got dropped this week, you know?
Uh-huh.
And if I can bring it up.
Is it a bunch of people no one actually has heard of?
Actually, no. It's only people have heard of, and it's only
Speaking
about...
of which, did you hear that the what was it, governor of New York got an Emmy?
What?
Yes. So Governor, I think Cuomo, right? I forget. I forget which Cuomo it is. It's you have the one on CNN and then you have the governor, but but one of them got the Emmy, and I forgot what the reasoning was, but something to do with COVID. But he got an Emmy for it. So
He got an Emmy?
I guess congrats on a
It was a
useless prize.
COVID-related incident. No, we were there. You shot him. He's like, yes. And then if it weren't for COVID, we wouldn't have been there to shoot that child. Thus, it is a COVID-related incident. You're like, man, the logic is solid. Oh, no.
So, Chris, explain to me the difference between Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and what are the other ones?
Oscar is for, usually, movies. Emmy is also,
No, it's TV.
Oh, okay.
So, Emmy's TV, okay. And then Grammy is music.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Globe is movies.
Movies and TV.
Movies and TV, okay. Is there another award I'm missing?
No, those are the ones people care about.
What about the Teen Choice Awards?
Nobody cares
Hosted
about
by
that.
Nick Cannon every year.
Who was it? Who used to host it?
Nick Cannon spawned himself into being so he could host the Teen Choice Awards.
The one on Nickelodeon. Because I remember there was someone that used to host it before.
Jack Black?
Maybe it was
Will
Jack
Ferrell?
Black. Jack Black was...
Did you guys know that Will Ferrell was in The Office as this douchey,
Yeah, I know.
a-hole crazy guy? Yeah. Speaking of, they're taking the Office off of Netflix. I think by the end of the month. Yeah.
Well, dang. There goes
And
half of
definitely,
Netflix's
from what I hear,
subscriptions.
yeah. That's like Taco Bell getting rid of the quesarito and the Mexican pizza.
We were talking about this just a moment ago, and that was a sad day for mankind. They went to Taco Bell. You know, I was in the drive-thru and go, "Can I get a quesarito?" Sorry, that's off the menu. Can I get a soft potato taco? The spicy, whatever they're called. But yeah, they're like, "No, sorry, we don't have those either." You know, I go down the list of stuff that I like, and it's not on there until finally, fine, I'll get my Crunch Wrap.
Have you tried getting they say, have you tried getting your items from DoorDash or Grubhub, sir?
No, I have not.
No, and then I posed the question, doesn't that eliminate the need to have drive-thrus at all? And then they just, I said this to one of the registered cashiers and they just looked at me with that look. Like,
They're like, my job.
like, why are you guys self-sabotaging your own business model? And they're like, oh, well, that would be so-and-so, sir. And then I gave them money and then I laugh maniacally.
Kevin, you just made that person go through like a little existential crisis, like, oh crap, my
No,
job.
man, I'm asking the
job's about
questions that
taken.
need to be asked.
Grubhub is taking my job away.
No, making things exclusively for Grubhub is taking people's jobs away.
Well, I guess that too. Yeah.
It's like it's like, no, I want to save the money and drive myself. They're like, no.
You order it on your dang phone, and you will like it.
So, the Grammys.
Yep.
What makes me upset, even though I don't care,
Clearly you care. It makes you upset.
So, this year has been wild. There's been a lot of things happening, social justice, COVID and stuff, and so songs have been coming out, and
Yeah.
and I love rap music. I always have, and I'm a big fan of the genre, and
Chris, I didn't know you liked rap. I learned
Are you
something new
sure,
every day.
Christopher? You mean hardcore like they're dropping N-bombs and racial slurs left and right? Because that's the best rap, honestly.
well, yeah, I
Because the
do
beats
listen.
be slamming.
Well, yes, I do listen to that.
Okay.
I'm a fan of the art of music, and
Okay.
I'm always disappointed whenever I'll just say it, freaking Megan Thee Stallion Savage, which is the most garbage trash song I've ever freaking heard this year. And
I don't listen to rap, so I wouldn't know.
the thing is freaking,
Wait, how does it go? Because I might have heard it on the radio and switched to a different channel. Because this sounds familiar.
I don't listen to the radio either, so that
Yeah,
shows
you-
you.
it's just like this stupid bullcrap where she just says Savage over and over in the chorus.
What
Just
about that
starts-
song where what's I think Cardi B is her name, right? And all
Yeah.
she does is talk about her wet poon, the whole song.
WAP, which is also
that
a
one
racial
also
slur.
did that one also get a Grammy?
No, thank God. I would have actually gone. I would have done something horrible if that song got nominated for anything.
Chris, you better hold your tongue because they watched them nominate it for something. All I remember was hearing the controversy about that song, the WAP, W-A-P, whatever.
Yeah, but she pronounces it WAP.
Whatever, Fetty Wap, whatever. Isn't that like a person?
Fetty Wap is a different man.
Although Isma, I will applaud you the fact that you just pulled Fetty Wap out of your caboose. Well done.
I just remember hearing that name a long time ago. He's also a rebel,
Fetty Wap,
right?
he did that song called Trap Queen. That's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know any of these people's music.
So
So
tell us about Savage, Christopher.
that song is so garbage. It got nominated for Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song. And it got nominated in the general field for Record of the Year. There it is.
Well, I mean, you're forgetting the social climate that we are actually in. We don't deal with it because we're normal, regular human beings who have opinions and logical thoughts. But you don't know about what the world is going through right now currently.
What does Savage say about that, Kevin? She talks about
I wouldn't know, Chris. You
leaving
explain.
her boyfriend and being savage, and like she's like, "Oh, you're not good enough for me."
So wait, is this the Taylor Swift of the rap world?
Taylor Swift is better.
Okay.
Taylor Swift
Yeah,
makes real
T-Swizzle.
music.
Yeah. Wait,
Fair enough.
performance. So wait, is there like some? Did you watch the video, Christopher?
It's not about the video. Rap. So what performance of the year in any category means is it's based on how the singer or rapper or whatever have what
The
have
performer,
you
right?
how they actually perform the song as it's recorded, not music video, not live performance.
Oh, so the thing that doesn't matter because it's always edited out.
Yeah, how it sounds. That's it. That's rap performance, and that's like it. And that's performance. That's the performance record.
Oh, okay.
Best song is the Songwriters Award. It's about the writing of the song, both the melody and the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Who won that one, Chris?
Nobody's won it yet.
Oh, okay,
The
they're just
awards are
nominated.
next year.
So who got nominated for
We're
this?
discussing his outrage that Savage is in the running
Oh, okay, I see. So is that
for
one
multiple categories.
So that
That's
was
not
also
good.
nominated for the songwriting thing.
Yes,
Okay, and she just said Savage the entire time.
you should listen to the song because it's absolutely God smacking me. It freaking makes me mad that it would be nominated. I wouldn't be so mad if it weren't nominated. I would just think, it's a song. Whatever, she can do whatever.
You know what's really funny is the editing that Chris is gonna have to do in this podcast is all because of Chris.
No, I don't think so.
The amount of curse words he has said today.
That's because Keanu Reeves and Nicolas Cage enjoy it.
And it's all because of this Savage.
It's a, it's a song. It's fine. Whatever. If you like it, you like it. I get it. People can like Megan Thee Stallion. People can like her music. I don't care. I'll admit that maybe it's good. But what makes me mad is that it's nominated for something like that, for a song, for songwriting, for performance, and it's not good. Because I'll compare it to something right now, what I think should be the winner, but probably won't be because the Grammys is bullshit. It's just a popularity contest, and I hate it more than anything. I hate the Grammys more than the Oscars, more than the Game Awards, more than the Emmys.
Is it Sunflower by...
That song came out last year.
I don't care. That song is so good. People hear it now, they get hyped.
The song The Bigger Picture by Little Baby.
Mm-hmm.
That song is about the political climate, about the injustice towards people, about the whole situation of this year. And he presents it so well. He says stuff like, we know that we're not going to get change overnight, but we have to start somewhere. We don't want to start fires, but we better get hot. He says stuff like that. It's a beautifully crafted song. It's beautifully written. It's an amazing song. For it to be compared, to be put up against something like Savage, It makes me angry. It's comparing Pinot Grigio to whatever beer you found on the sidewalk. Some crackhead just dropped it out of their...
You mean prison wine?
Good tie in there, Kevin. Good tie
I
in.
just want to say that prison wine sounds like the most dire concoction ever.
We were talking about prison wine earlier today.
And how one of us may or may not know how to make... I don't know why Greg was throwing me under the bus. I don't understand why he's assuming I'm going to prison and then making this wine. I don't know.
Well, that's because Kevin works in the food industry, so Kevin knows how to make things.
Oh. That's not for my choice, but man. It's rough out there in the streets, yo.
Well, I think, Chris, are you good?
Yes, I'm fine. The only reason I'm mad about it is just that a song like The Bigger Picture by Little Baby was not nominated in the general category for Record of the Year or Song of the Year. And then there's...
Did it get nominated for the songwriting bit?
No, it didn't. Whereas Savage, thank God, does not show up in Song of the Year, which is the songwriting, but it does show up in Record of the Year, which is
Chris,
performance.
So, how about we write a song, right? We're going to write a song, and we're going to get it nominated for a Grammy. How do we do it?
Fucking...
All them little ass clothes only fit fake booties. Bad bitch still talking cash. Yeah, I've pulled up the
Song
lyrics.
of the Year! Give it to her!
No, but Chris, you have to remember that her horribly abusive boyfriend beat her, and to make her feel better, she's gonna win a Grammy.
That's why the Grammys are the way they are. They don't care about actually good music. They care about who can we give pity to.
So, how do we make our own award then, Chris?
Oh, it's like Bougie Savage, dude. Oh, it's that. Okay, yeah, no, that song is awful. I didn't know that was Megan Thee Stallion though. Okay, no, we're learning something today.
It's that one.
I never knew what they were saying, but now that I have hard, cold facts in my hand, yeah, here, go for it.
I wouldn't be so. That's the only reason I'm upset about it. It's like The Bigger Picture by Little Baby. I feel like is the best song of this year, and it's not even nominated for Song of the Year.
It's not even a song you could dance to. Like, you know, I don't like rap, and it's just not like, you know, my thing. Mm-hmm. Especially with all the curse words littered about. Even though, you know, I do have the mouth of a pirate, but you know, I don't like my music having the same potty mouth that I have. But although, you know, I do like my metal, my rock. They can curse, I don't mind. But I just don't like rap.
Oh, see. Mm-hmm. I see.
I just don't like rap. And no, like, I'll still dance to the music, you know? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that song I just can't dance to. It's not a song it doesn't have the tune to dance to, you know? Yeah.
Like
I've heard that song before. I know which one you're talking
about. Sure, I got really angry and I laid into Savage like quite a bit.
No, have you noticed that Savage plays under? And I feel that South Park really voiced this actual situation well, where Cartman talks about he's like, women could be funny too. Just do the Amy Schumer thing and just talk about your vagina and stuff. And then you listen, and then you go to the lyrics for Savage. And then you're like, oh, Cartman, were you actually onto something all along? Oh, boy.
Boy, don't forget that at the end of that...
Did you see how many references there is to the poon in here? Where it's...
I don't think
varying levels of moisture and the problems that it equates in jealousy of the moisture. It's not good. Of course, I'm toning it down.
Kevin,
there's a bunch of words
you
I can't
forgot
say.
what happens at the end of Cartman's... what's it called?
Journey,
yes. And he realizes that woman.
I remember he tried to kill this woman, and it didn't work, so he's like, oh, I guess I'm just stuck with her, I guess.
Because at the end of it, he says that they aren't funny, which is kind of messed up, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That woman
so we
funny.
can all agree Savage no good. So what's the song you were recommending, Christopher?
The Bigger Picture by Little Baby. Okay. Like Lil Baby. It's, you know, I could lay into a whole bunch of songs that have been nominated. Like Dior by Pop Smoke. Yeah, it's not offensive, but it's
why don't we ever get
good.
like a rock or metal or other kinds of songs?
I mean, those
that pop up in you know.
I mean, if you want to look at the rock nominees and like all the other stuff, I mean, I just can't speak to it because I don't know these names. Look at that: Fiona Apple, Big Thief, Phoebe Bridges.
I've never heard of any of these people. But then again, I don't really listen to music all that often, which is kind of sad on my part. But I just have my Spotify that plays, and whatever's on my Spotify is what I listen to.
It's about preference, and if you subjectively think you like something, that's fine. But when the Grammys are like, this is objectively good, that's why I hate the Grammys, because they do stuff like this. Lil Baby didn't even get nominated for Record of the Year, and I feel like it's better than every other song on the list.
See, Chris, we need to make our own award thing, and we need to make like objective parameters for that award, and then set those objective parameters, and then make our award, and then give it out to people. Just randomly send it in the letter to the the mail to someone random. Be like, hey, you have been nominated for this award.
Are we realistically better than the Grammys though? Like honestly, we're just three guys. Whether it's
Chris.
Whether it's 500 jerks or three guys, like whatever.
Chris. If you have objective parameters set for your award, I think that's much better than a subjective parameter.
Whatever. I mean, what matters is that I could totally drop it if I made anybody upset. Like, oh, I love Megan Thee Stallion, and how dare you? Screw you. It's like, I'm sorry. Look, that's just my opinion. I hate award shows, and I hate talking about things as if you can like hold them up to objective scrutiny when nobody ever does.
I do think you can hold things to objective scrutiny, though. Because I do think
I think you can, but these award shows clearly don't.
Well, I mean, yeah, they don't. But like what I'm saying is, I think there is like an objective good versus like an objective, versus like an objective bad.
Mm-hmm.
And how you decide that though, I mean that's up for debate. So I don't know exactly how you figure that out, but I do think there is like because when it comes to art, for example, there are certain artworks like pieces of art that we all say is good, like the Mona Lisa, right? And it's a good piece of art. Yeah, so I do think there must be some sort of thing that's aesthetically pleasing or, musically pleasing to all ears. Like Beethoven. That's a classic for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going to chime in because I was stuck reading. Already just reading the lyrics outside of actually hearing how it's performed. Yeah, Savage, I hope you... Oh, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, well, this actually reads like a story now instead of like a...
Instead of like bullcrap,
Yeah.
The last song was inevitably all it was. She's like, "Oh, people are jealous of me because I'm a terrible person on the inside."
Yeah, see, I do like how this is actually telling a story. See, that's better writing just from the first paragraph. I can tell.
Yeah, and that's just reading the lyrics objectively without any other context.
Yeah, I mean, like I could just read. See, when you write, you want to tell a story. You don't want just a jumbled piece of mess with just random words tossed in there.
Yeah.
That's why I felt the other one was.
Yeah. That's what I care about. I care about the craft more than I care about
the sound.
Anything else. Like how you make the song is very important to me, and that's all I got. That's all I got to say. We gotta stop. We've been going a bit.
Yeah. So one last final thought though, because this game is coming out on Tuesday. Empire of Sin. It's a Paradox interactive game.
Yeah.
It takes place in Prohibition era, which I'm quite excited for because we don't get much with Al Capone and company, So that'll be good fun.
Capone.
Yeah. So it's a strategy game, RPG, kind of like Crusader Kings, like all Paradox interactive games. So we'll see how that goes. I'm quite excited for it.
All right.
Yeah. That's my final thought of today. Yes.
Oh, anything you want to say to make Ismont laugh, Kevin?
Nothing in particular. I'm gonna have to actually listen to this song later.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah, later, y'all.
If you go to anchor.fm/BEAN-STOCK, that's anchor.fm/bean-stock, you can find all the links for the podcast on all 6 of the platforms that we stream on. We also have all of our socials linked to the descriptions of each episode as well as on our Anchor page. We also have a YouTube channel which is also linked into the description and on the Anchor page. We have a Twitch channel as well. It's not linked on the Anchor page, but it will be in the description of this video. It is twitch.tv/beansonstream, spelled exactly as you would spell it, one word.